Hello and welcome back to the Wrexham Way. Hope you're all doing well today. I'm looking forward to the start of Season 2 of the Wrexham Way with everyone's favourite episode, the Transfer Special. So following a very successful season where we won the league and won the FA Trophy, we're now gearing up for a season in League 2 where we want to survive, maybe thrive, and try and do well in the Cups too. But to do it, we need to build a decent squad, and that's hopefully what we're going to be doing today. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because apparently 61% of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So just make sure you are subscribed. Would mean an awful lot to me. Make sure you drop a like on the video too, and of course subscribe to the channel. I've said that bit already. Leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. You love to see it. So you join me on the 30th of May. The transfer window is about to open, and we are not going to have any tax bills in this upcoming year because we spent £1.6 million on redoing or revamping the youth facilities. So that means we made no profit this season, which means no tax, which is quite nice. But we did have a pretty decent season. We had £400,000 in sponsorship, some decent broadcast revenue, nice bits of corporate competition and match day income. So we made a fair bit of money across the season. Looks like we've got 2 new deals, not massive deals, £22,000 a year. So the shirt sponsor's gone up quite a bit too, although previous deal £10,000, that is TikTok, which I'm a little bit surprised about, so thought they might pay more than that. We've been given a new scouting budget of £71,000 for the upcoming season. What can we afford with that? I think maybe we start... Look, we won't do it all season, but through a transfer window, I think UK and Ireland might be a sensible package to go for. And also club director Peter Moore. So this isn't Rob, it's not Ryan. They've put £1.3 million into the club coffers. Well, that's very kind of them, because now we have 2.4 million. Where's the other bit of money come from? Like last episode, we had £300,000 or so. Gate receipts £500,000. I guess FA Trophy, we got money for that. So that's equates to an extra £500,000. That's 1.8 million. So actually, yeah, okay, fair enough. That overall balance does kind of make sense. We also have £63,000 in the wage budget. We have a committed spend right now of £36,000. So we can double that if we want to, essentially. And nearly £400,000 to spend on players. So it's looking quite nice at the moment. And as the transfer window does open, this man is going to be of great interest. Paul Mullen, 51 goals last season. He's in demand. Although MK Dons are wanting to discuss a deal of £130,000. If they want him, they're going to have to pay more than that. So much more than that. So we spoke about it briefly last episode. I do think what we do is we stick with the same formation for this upcoming season. It worked brilliantly for us this time around, and it is quite a defensive shape. I imagine League 2 is going to be a lot more difficult for us, even though we do have players like Mullen, Jones and Lennon in the team. I still think it'll be difficult, and I still think this whole defensive shape is quite handy. But if we do need to go more defensive in other games, I think maybe we just drop the attacking midfielder back into the centre of the defensive midfield, play Needham or someone as a playmaker instead, focus play on the wings specifically, and that might be another way of doing things. So I think the general shape, I want to try and keep the same this coming season. And I'll be honest, a lot of the players, I think are good enough to stick around with us, if I'm honest with you. Like, we know Paul Mullen and James Jones are absolutely exceptional talents. We know Harry Lennon is an exceptional talent too. Tozer, how good is Tozer looking at 32 years old, leading National League player? Maybe we might want to improve on him. Aaron Hayden, I think, is probably good enough for League 1, apparently, so he stays in the team, thank you very much. Hosanna and Medford Smith, I think they're both League 2 capable players. It does say leading National League player for Medford Smith, but potential for League 1, so I'm happy to keep him in the team playing. Same sort of thing with Hosanna, I think, although it does say decent League 1 player, so we'll keep Hosanna in the team. Needham might need to be replaced, to be honest with you. He's got potential, but we might need someone better in there. And the same with Lainton. Probably needs someone better than him in the team. But I don't think that's Reece Hall-Johnson. Who are the one I'm looking for? There we go. Sana. I don't think he's good enough. National League North and South. Might be better to get him out on loan this season. Speaking of Reece Hall-Johnson as well, National League player. Maybe we try and get rid of him, actually. But essentially, I'm only planning on keeping 11 players in the squad at the moment from everyone else. Everyone else I'm going to try and get rid of. And most players actually do have contracts expiring, so that's fine by me. But once they're all gone, we will only have 11 players left. So we do need to bring in quite a few today. And a lot of them are joining right now. However, these guys aren't really first team capable just yet. These are the players that we signed from Premier League clubs who are expiring contracts, and these guys are kind of ones for the future. Now, these guys I'm going to make available to rename on the Patreon or YouTube memberships, so if you want to get involved in that, there's links down in the description to that. But for now, because they've not been renamed, we'll go through them one by one just to have a quick look at them. So this guy, Jezreel Davis, is a right back who is 17 years old and crucially has a lot of potential. Could improve a lot. National League player right now, but could improve a lot. Joe McGlynn is a striker. He's 6'2", a target man. Actually could be fairly useful this season, potentially. So I might bring him into the first team, but does have League One potential. Harvey, Godsmark forward. Again, he's got championship potential as a centre-back. And again, a player we might look to bring into the first team this season, you know. Brandon Cover is a player with championship potential again. Right winger, centre mid, attacking midfielder through the middle. Maybe not quite ready for the first team just yet, but there'd be no harm in bringing him in there to try and see what he can do. Oliver Turner, a centre mid with League One potential, but currently only good enough for the Vanarama National North or South, so we'll try and get him out on loan. But interestingly, is Italian. Did not notice that. Information. Has got English nationality too, but which will he choose? Probably neither, because he won't ever make international football, I imagine. And then finally, Ronaldo Taraj, an Albanian left winger with a lot of potential. Not quite sure what it's going to be yet, but is good enough for the National League. So if these players don't make the first team, they are likely to be out on loan this coming season. In fact, I think I do want to bring Harvey Godsmark forward into the first team as a backup centre-back this season. I think because he probably is the best of the bunch, so development, move to senior squad. And Joe McGlynn potentially could be useful in and around the first team as a substitute. So at the moment, I think I'll move him to the senior squad, but we might bring him back down later on. And actually maybe the same with Brandon Cover to play in the attacking midfield too. So 3 of them will move to the senior squad right now. But another player that we did want to bring in has failed a work permit. Stefan, I can't say his surname. He is CDM, which would be quite useful to have. We've probably lost all reports on him right now, haven't we? I mean, we could bring him in anyway, and he gets a work permit down the line potentially. I mean, why not? Nothing to lose on it, maybe. So Stefan also coming in without a work permit, but should still be able to play like under 18s games, I think. And again, he's a 17-year-old centre-back. Not the tallest, but can play decently in the centre of defensive midfield too. Should be good for the future. But here we go. The roller coaster of Paul Mullen is about to start. MK Don's making a £70,000 offer for him, basically. Not good enough. We need more than this. Paul, though, only has a slight interest in speaking to MK Dons. So if we reject it, he might not actually be cross with me. And given that he's not come talking to me, it should be fine. Contracts are about to expire, though, and I am going to get rid of, I think, most of these players, if I'm honest with you. Ryan Austin and Jamie Nash have got potential, but only to be National League players. We've checked that out before. Jordan was on loan at Gateshead this season. Report-wise, good League One player? I don't know if I believe that at 23. Same with Tyler French. He's probably got potential for a good League One player. Do I believe that at 23? Will he get that good? I don't think so. I mean, you could make the same arguments about Romani Smith because he is 23 as well. I don't know. Well, what I'll say is they didn't play much this season. They're not going to play much next season. We need the money anyway. So I think all these players we set for release as planned. Same with all the youth players as well, because all these youth players are terrible and we have loads of youth players coming in anyway. So that's absolutely fine. Get rid of this bunch of idiots. And then a few staff contracts are expiring. Dan Nolan, the physio, is terrible at physiotherapy. So you can don't offer contracts. There we go. Steve Parkin, the assistant manager, did a very good job for us, but we could get a guy much better in, I feel, who's more suited to our style of play and is better at coaching and all sorts of stuff. So I think I'll let Steve Parkin go. And then David Jones is a player of ours. What's his staff attributes like, though? Kind of rubbish. They're all out. And, shockingly, Stockport County have not been promoted. Stockport got to the playoff final, so did Bromley, but Bromley beat Stockport. Stockport must be fuming. Missed out on the title on goal difference against us, and now lost the playoff final. Sucks to be them. So what I think the first port of call is for transfers today is to look for players with expiring contracts and see who is interested in signing for us. I'll be honest, But some players here that I recognise the names of that I don't know if I want in the team or not. The top guy here apparently is Luke Prosser, who I know is good. I've had him in previous Football Manager saves, but he's 34. And do I think he would be a good fit for the team? Essentially, he would be coming in as a backup. We've got 2 centre-backs already, actually. We've got 5 centre-backs at the club. Centre-backs probably not a priority, if I'm honest with you. The main priorities right now are strikers and attacking midfielders, but given it's a general look right now, we will have a look. 1 centre-back coming in would probably be quite handy, but it's not a desperate need. So maybe we ignore the centre-back right now. There's this guy here that I really cannot pronounce, plays for Morecambe right now in League One, is a playmaker through the middle. Same issue though, 34 years old. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that or not. A player who I would be more convinced by is Max Melbourne of Lincoln City. Very good left back. Issue is can't play left wing back, and that's what we need. We need left wing backs. That's annoying. There's a player down here, Nathan Shepherd, 21-year-old Welsh keeper with an under-21 cap, plays for Brentford. He's Welsh, that's a good thing for us. A keeper, we need a keeper. Supposedly, National League standard. When was this scout report done? It doesn't say, I don't think. Can we get you on trial for like a couple weeks? That might help us out. In fact, as I get further down here, there are quite a few young players who have got contracts expiring that we don't know too much about. So I'm tempted to get quite a lot of these youngsters here from Premier League and Championship clubs on trial. And all the offers have been accepted, which is very nice. You know, I love that. Offers accepted as Paul Mullen, you love to see it, wins National League Player of the Season. Who else is going to win it? He was a star this season for us and is the top goal scorer as well with his 45 goals in 44 appearances. Every single game he played last season. That's mental. Somehow, though, the Manager of the Year award, has that been announced yet? Vanarama National Manager of the Season has not been announced yet. Okay, that's fine. Because I'll be very cross if it wasn't me. Okay, some more players coming in, and I'm seeing it again. Championship potential. National League potential. Okay, Tom Sparrow's rubbish. This guy could improve a lot, but only 4-star potential. League One potential. National League potential. Championship potential. League One potential. Oh, Tom, don't get distracted by it. But I am getting distracted by it. They all have potential. It's not, they don't have the current ability. We need the current ability right now. Players who can play right here, right now. But I would also quite like to bring the youngsters in as well. So we might offer some of those guys some contracts. Of course, we can go to Liverpool for some players in on loan as well. Connor Bradley, for example, might be available on loan this coming season. All right, wing back on the right-hand side. Obviously, we've got Bryce Hosanna, but this guy could come in as a backup player, but only National League current ability, apparently. We need League 2 at least. We could look to spend some of our money, though. We need a striker, a proven striker, and George Alexander might be one. I think the 21-year-old for Bromley, did he come second? He came second this season in the National League top scorers, 30 goals. Estimated cost is £10,000 to £110,000, which we have the money for. He's got a good work rate, which we quite like in our team. He's a good fit, apparently, for our team. A striker that we need. Supposedly League One level right now. Who wants him? He's wanted by a few clubs. Northampton and Swindon, both of whom are League 2, although Northampton have just been promoted and Swindon have been in the playoffs and won the playoffs. So both will be in League 1 next season. So that's going to be a bit of a difficult challenge. But I think we have to try and grab him. So how much will they want? I'm going to go down the middle and I'm going to go £50,000. They want 93. Okay. Well, they've locked in 40% of next sale. So let's cancel this now. Press continue, come back in from it. We know the sort of ballpark we need to be in now. So back onto him then a day later. Make the offer. Add percentage profit from next sale. Get rid of it. £100,000. And then they wanted some instalments, didn't they? Let's just put £100,000 down. And they want, after league appearances, after 50 league games, 20k. After 10 goals, 20k. If we can bring this down to like 15 and 15, and maybe be cheeky. Oops, that's too far, isn't it? Maybe be cheeky and bring this down to 85. Suggest they accept. Brill. So hopefully we can get this all done before other clubs try to bid for him. He's dubious about negotiating terms because there are more appealing options in Swindon and Northampton, okay. He's going to want a lot of money, but we can afford it. We can afford it, and he's happy to be a star player because he probably will be a star player for us. So that's fine. We'll strengthen midfield too. Promise you the world. It's okay. Now, he wants a lot of money per week. Parkin suggests 1.7 grand. I'm going to suggest 2.3. He won't like the optional extension or that sell-on percentage fee. No, he'll like that. Sorry, I don't like it. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the wage drops and rises. Okay, let's just put this on the table, suggest it. He wants 2.4 grand a week, a release fee clause of 500,000. Well, I'll make it 500,000. I think that maybe is reasonable. I think he's not got Premier League potential, so Premier League clubs won't bid for him. 500,000 seems reasonable. Leave the relegation one in there. Have your goal bonuses. That's absolutely fine because it's a very small amount of money. If you get that sort of goal, then that's golden. Unused substitute fee. Oh, we can get rid of that, can't we? Can we bring it down to like 2 grand? He won't like that, will he? No, 2.2 though. 500,000 and 2.2. Deal. Oh, hang on. I've been an idiot. I've put the money down for George Alexander. I could... His contract's expiring. Look, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. If he's that good, it's fine. If he's that good, I don't mind spending the money. Also, very interestingly, Wrexham attracting interest and takeover rumours. No full bids have been made, but Ryan Reynolds is willing to discuss it. Oh, Ryan, no. The whole point we're doing Wrexham is because you're here. This is the one time I don't want a board takeover. And now it's rumoured that Reynolds is looking to get rid of the club. No, Ryan, no, this can't be a thing. The only reason we're here is because of Ryan Reynolds. But going back to transfers, good centre-backs keep coming up. And this guy's a 21-year-old from Northern Ireland, Kofi Balmer, plays for Larne. 12k to 130k. His contract is not expiring. I've just checked that out. But League One level... He'd be good to bring in, you know, if he's League One level. So, how much do you want for him? £130,000 big instalments. Okay, well, let's get rid of that first and foremost. Bring this down to 85. Suggest 110, 17, 4 point. That's 43k. Let's get rid of that. Suggest those. Happy. Good. Okay. He's also very willing to come to us as well, Kofi Balmer. Start negotiating with him then. Star player is fair enough. That's fine. He's locked in a release fee clause. We can't get rid of that. That was locked in because he had the stepping stone promise locked in. So that's in there. £200,000. He wants a big wage rise for promotion and a sell-on percentage fee. Get rid of both of those. Maybe push it up to 1.5 grand a week to get all these bonuses out. And it's a very easy done deal. Okay, hopefully 2 players are coming into the first team. But a centre-back is not really the priority. A striker is, but we do need to focus on all the other positions too. Players who've got in on trial though are attracting bids from other clubs. Okay, what I might do is probably offer all the guys with 5-star potential contracts. I'll do that very quickly. Back in a second. No. Takeover talks are still continuing. No. Ryan. Why would Ryan Reynolds do this to me? This is not part of the plan. In real life, they make it very certain they're going to be here for a long, long time. Don't do as football manager. I've won Manager of the Year, which is great, but that's not taken away from anything else. But it's always Ryan Reynolds who praises me for this sort of stuff. It's now Rob who's praising me. I mean, Rob might still be into the club, to be fair, but Ryan Reynolds might be leaving. Good news, Kofi Balmer is going to be our first signing of the transfer window. It is a big one, £130,000 in total, but I think Kofi Balmer is going to be a rock-solid centre-back for us that is going to improve a little bit as well. And so welcome. Welcome Kofi Balmer. You'll love to see it. He's in the club. He's a no-nonsense centre-back that is also a ball-playing centre-back with a decent amount of passing. So, for me, he would replace Ben Tozer. Tozer has got a reasonable left foot, so I guess he can be our backup left centre-back, unless, of course, you've got a weak left foot and you have a reasonable... So, yeah, Tozer can be the backup left centre-back, And then Balmer, if I can find him on this big long list of players here, which is now there. Most of these guys are going to be leaving the club, obviously. Where is he? B Balmer. Might be easy just to sort it by current ability. There he is. Kofi Balmer, you become the centre-back. Also, some of these young players are now joining us again. The first of which is Harry Boys, one of these guys who brought in, who's got, I think, championship potential, this guy. I mean, our under-18 team is going to be absolutely stacked. To the point where, actually, it might make more sense to ask the board to have an under-23 team, because we only have a senior team and a U23 team, a U18 team right now. Speaking of more players from Northern Ireland, though, the Scouts have come back with this guy, Chris Johns, keeper for Linfield. League 2 level, we do need a better keeper. How was his season last season? 11 clean sheets, 7.2 on average rating. Former Southampton youngster. You know what? He could be worth a shot. We do need more keepers. We'll just scout him out a little further first, though. And as I was saying, make a board request. Can we go... What even is it? Facilities? No. Finances? No. Networking? No. U23 team. There we go. Board, can we have one, please? Also, Rob Street, a striker from Palace, is joining the club as well. These guys all join on the 1st of July, apparently. And so does Luca Stevenson, which is great. I don't know why these guys join in July as opposed to the start of June when the other guys joined. That seems a bit weird to me. Anyway, we do need to narrow the search down a little bit because there are specific areas that we need to sign. And right now we have literally no attacking midfielders that I'm planning to keep at the club at least. And right now we don't actually have that many scout reports on attacking midfielders, which is a little bit of a worry. Surprisingly, Max Sheaf is down here now. He always used to be a massive signing for me in older football managers, but like in the Championship. So clearly he's just not quite developed as much as they think he should have done. But he's probably not good enough for us now. There's Ruben Rodriguez at County, Notts County, who must have played quite a bit this past season. 42 appearances, 20 goals. You know what? I think that could be worth a punt. If he scored 20 goals last season, report-wise, leading player for League 2. Okay. I mean, that's the goals alone have sold me, if I'm honest with you. And he wants to get promoted to League 1 in like 2 seasons' time. I want to get rid of that, if I'm honest with you. Important players, fine, because I will play you, I'm pretty sure. Suggest, and he wants 1.6 grand a week on a 2-year deal. That seems reasonable. Promotion wage rise, we get rid of. You can have a bonus landmark goal of whatever it is. That's fine. That's really cheap for us. Get rid of that. Bring it down to 1.3, 1.5, 1.4. Good. Okay, so that's quite good, actually. I didn't realise he was available. Because if he got 20 goals, that would be mental. As the board have allowed me to have an under-23s team. Brilliant. Currently, it's filled with greyed-out players. But what I think we probably should be doing is putting in some of our better players. I think what I'll do is I'll wait until like all the contracts go, because this is a big team now. I'll wait for all these players to go, and then I'll decide who goes in which squad. But that should really help with our development. Still waiting for George Alexander to decide where he wants to go. I imagine he's going to be going to Swindon. Oh no, Swindon made a bid of £53,000. But I think his contract is expiring. So yeah, we made a mistake with this guy. Should have gone for a free transfer, but if we do get him, I think it probably is worth the money either way. That's how I'm going to try and justify it in my head. Rochdale want to sign Reece Hall-Johnson from us. And I'll be honest, I'm open to this. I am open to this. Centre-back and right-back who played how many games? 24 games last season, actually. Was useful to have, but again, National League level player, not likely to improve. If we can sell him for more money, like 15 grand, they accept, get him gone. A player who I don't want to leave, though, is Bryce Hosanna. But the bid is less than his valuation, despite him wanting to leave. So I'm going to say no, and he's going to get cross with me, isn't he? Press are talking to me about Bryce Hosanna. I won't talk to them. But Bryce Hosanna is not getting angry with me. And George Alexander, yes, this is a quality signing. Yes, we are paying money when we shouldn't have paid money. That is my mistake. I've made a big error there. I apologise because I'm sure the comment section are going to be fuming with me for it. But I think it's worth the money. and we've tempted him away from a League One team. George Alexander, welcome to the club. So will he join immediately, because technically we've paid a deal for him? Will he join right this second? Right, he does. Yes, George Alexander. Excellent work. 30 goals in the National League then. So we literally have Paul Mullen and George Alexander, and hopefully, where is he? Down Ruben Rodriguez, hopefully the 8th highest scorer as well. And George Alexander supposedly the second best player in the team based on current ability, which is fantastic. So we're making the pressing forward right now. And he likes to be a pressing forward. Excellent. Brill. That's even more perfect. But actually, going back to our division, players with the most goals. Why is this on appearances? I want goals. Most goals. There we go. Paul Mullen. We've got George Alexander. This guy then. Why not try and bring them all in? Although he is on loan from Birmingham, so he won't want to join us, I imagine, this guy. Simmons. Shamanga is on loan, or not on loan, is a striker. And I've had him in previous football managers. I know that he's good. He got 24... Look at his goal scoring record. I mean, why not try and bring him in? Why not? Although it might be a little bit expensive, because he's valued between 40 and 400k. They want... Okay, more reasonable than I thought. Let's get rid of the percentage of profit. Let's get rid of the instalments. After 10 league goals, yeah, you can have 10 grand after 10 league goals, if we can bring it down to £100,000. And they say, after 50 league games, 20k, they want 50k there. Let's get rid of that. They want, okay, they've asked for... I think we'll accept those demands. No, bring this down. 110, 20... 15, make that 15, suggest, deal. And that would be 3 incredibly talented strikers in the team. And he's willing to talk to us. He wants a 1-year deal, or 2-year deal, sorry, between 1 and 1.5 grand a week. Regular starter, that's fair enough. 1.2, 2-year deal. I mean, this is such a good contract for us. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Suggest. Happy days. But Reece Hall-Johnson has rejected the contract offer from Rochdale, who just lost the playoffs. They're in League 2 as well. I mean, to be fair, it's not the worst case scenario for us. I don't mind keeping hold of him, if I'm honest with you. Another area we are lacking, though, is the centre of midfield right now. We have basically 2 centre mids that we want to keep, James Jones and Needham. So, looking for centre mids might be sensible. Annoyingly, these scout reports don't really help us out that much because there isn't that much available. There's a guy here, Kieran Wallace at Burton, who's apparently a fullback, but can also play centre mid. Again, I feel like we need to know more about him first. Leading League 2 player, though, on a cheap contract. And is versatile enough to play left wing back if we need him. You might think I'm going a bit crazy here, but I genuinely think, based on that little snippet of what we've seen, versatility, leading League 2 player, am I jumping the gun? We need the players. According to our scouts, of players we have scouted out, he is one of the best available to us. So, 2-year deal on £1,000 a week is acceptable. Do it. Particularly when there are players of 5-star potential here, but their current ability is probably pretty rubbish, right? National League, we need League 2 at a minimum sort of thing. I don't want to sign a 35-year-old, and this guy with a torn hamstring recurring injury from Mansfield. Played 37 games last season. To be fair, if he has torn his hamstring, it doesn't seem to reflect in his appearances. Injury history. He's not torn his hamstring since 2013. So I'm not entirely sure why he's been given a recurring injury of that. He's a good League 2 player, a ball winner which we quite like as well, and can play crucially CDM ball winner, which is what we might do quite a bit this season. When did Mansfield finish this season? They came 16th. I mean, I feel like I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but I'm just using what I'm seeing in front of me. And I'm seeing these players in front of me who I'm being told are good enough to play for us. And actually, I think this does speak volumes when Forest Green, Exeter, Northampton and Forest Green all want him. That's Forest Green twice, to be fair. But Northampton just got promoted, didn't they? Forest Green came 9th, just missed out on playoffs. And Exeter finished just outside the playoffs. I think that speaks volumes that he's a good player. A very good player is about to join us. Shamanga, 100... It's a lot of money, I'll be honest. But I think For the number of goals he scored last season, this is mental. So welcome Shamanga, who is going to be our, surprisingly, backup striker this season. Good for League 2, which is what we need. And after scoring 24 goals last season in the league, including all competitions, he must have got over 20 goals for the past 4 seasons in a row. Lincoln City. Oh, Lincoln City want to sign Paul Mullen off me. He wants to go to Lincoln. The annoying thing is, I want Lincoln City to do well. They just lost the playoffs. They were in the playoffs this season in League 1. They just lost them, which is very sad. Paul Mullen would help them win the playoffs. But I've got to think with my Wrexham head on, and I've got to think it's not a good enough deal. I have to reject it. Leamington want Jake Hyde on loan for the season, which is fine by me, because he is the one player without a contract expiring that I want to get rid of. So, yeah, they're paying 40% of his wages. Can you go at least 50? Suggest they say, kind of, right, well, yeah, go on then, go on loan. Oh my God, it's happened. No. Ryan Reynolds has gone. I mean, literally the whole point of this save was because it was Ryan Reynolds in charge of Wrexham. And I thought, wow, we can't pass up on that opportunity. Turns out he can. Oh, and it's not even just Ryan leaving. Rob's also left, and so is Peter Moore. I don't know who Peter Moore is, but Rob's also left. Well, that ruins all the plans that I had for various integrations with Rob and Ryan. And a new board are coming in, and they want me to play entertaining football, but defensive football. And so entertaining football and defensive football doesn't really make sense to me. They don't really go hand in hand, if I'm honest with you. But we'll do it. Work within the wage budget. Sign players to sell for a profit. Avoid relegate. Okay, right, fine. Accept. Oh, you hate to see it. Why? No. The link with Liverpool's now gone. Why? I was literally relying on Liverpool. I was going to wait until, like, their players come back from loan from various clubs they've been on and then make loan bids for the players that have been out. You know what I'm trying to say, basically. No. Saturday the 18th of June is a sad day. Mark it in your diaries. In fact, I'm going to do it now. My Google Calendar. I'm doing it now. I've got to cover up my actual email address here, but it's there in my calendar. There you go. Brill. Oh, it's getting worse. The 18th of June is a cursed day. Ruben Rodriguez can't get a work permit. Why? Oh, he's only been in the country 2 seasons. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, actually. Bloody Brexit getting in the way. I mean, okay, that's so annoying. We're kind of back to square one then with an attacking midfielder. He won't join the club. That's fine. Cancel the transfer then. Lincoln once again making offers of Paul Mullen. Again, I will reject it until they go to £250,000 at least. Ollie Clark, though, is set to sign for us, which is fantastic. Going down from 2.5 grand a week at Mansfield to 1.1 with us. That's a big, big wage cut. I did actually mean to do it straight away, but I completely forgot about it. Finances, networking, affiliate club. Right, find me a new affiliate club, please. We don't feel like it's the right time. Right, this new chair guy's getting in my nerve. Right, I'm going to try and convince him. We don't want to get a new club. We don't want to get a new club. We don't want to get a new club. They're ruining my life here at Wrexham. Also, Wallace from Burton Albion set to sign for us on a free as well. So these guys will all come in on the 1st of July. Huddersfield want James Jones on a free. And they'll exchange Luke Daly, who I know nothing about, but we do know he's rubbish. Get out of here, Huddersfield. Get out of here right now. City make another bid for Paul Mullen. We're getting towards that 250. Reject it, though. The season review is in. We won the league, as you know already. Brilliant stuff. Top scorer Mullen, top assist to James Jones, top average rating Harry Lennon. And four of the 5 signings of the season are all Wrexham players. This Omar guy at Bromley, centre back, we don't need him. Stop trying to buy Bromley's players, Tom. And so the season's now ticking over. So we should, in a second, get a glimpse of what League 2 might look like. This is what it looks like. We start the season 24th, because of course the alphabet is a thing. But all the other teams here, I reckon we could do them over. Very quickly, season preview puts us 4th. Okay. Jones, Hayden and Mullen all in the media dream team already. Oh, I thought we'd struggle this season. I thought League 2 would be a struggle. Turns out we've got a team capable of maybe pushing for playoffs. Maybe even automatics. And it's only going to get better. And we've just been given £300,000 for TV rights. And the EFL Cup first round is going to be done. There's so many teams in the first round draw there. So I'll just continue it. Derby County away. Oh, that's going to be tough, isn't it? Oh. Promotion wage rise of 25% for a vast majority of players. I mean, the main thing is a lot of these players are going to be leaving. Also, I'll be honest, I did Andre Schuttergel's contract in the editor. I don't remember putting in a 25% wage increase for him. He's got it. Okay, well that's slightly concerning because that is now actually not massively affected our wage bill too much, actually. Once everyone leaves in a few days' time, it'll be fine. I mean, Montreal are now bidding for James Jones in the MLS, and he will be unsettled if he can't speak to them. Well, the deal's not good enough. The money is not good enough, so I will reject it. And I think he will now, yes, start to get cross with me. Okay, you're about to leave the club, Luke Young. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Try saying that quickly. He's going to try and talk to James Jones about this. Can't resolve his unhappy matters. So, discuss it with him instead. I couldn't accept the offer because it's not close to our valuation of you. If a better offer arrives, we'll reconsider. All well and good, but what is reasonable? Okay, James. I mean, automatically, I was going to say 250, but this is coming at 475. So can I go 650? He says, who's going to pay that? Let's try again. 550? He says no. 525. He agrees. Okay, well, if Montreal come back in with £500,000 for you, I'll sell you. As now, season ticks over to the 1st of July. Players are joining. And 5 players join the club, right. Well, 3 of them, Lucas Stevenson, Rob Street and Harry Boys, are all youth players. So we can take a quick look at them. Potential 5-star, which is championship potential, which is fantastic. Harry Boys has got League 1 potential, fantastic. And Rob Street, a striker, has got League 2 potential. But Ollie Clark and Kieran Wallace are both first team players coming in here. And I'm liking the look of it. 3-star, League 2 level, brilliant. Centre mids, it's what you want to see. Kieran Wallace, League 2 level, brilliant stuff. Can play left back, great stuff. I love it. Dundee making the biggest offer for James Jones, but it's still not enough, so we will reject it. As Lincoln City have met the criteria that I set out for myself for Paul Mullen, but if James Jones is happy to go for £500,000, Mullen should be happy to go for £1 million. I'm going to keep rejecting it. So the team is now quite small, actually. We need to sign a couple more players. Kieran Wallace is going to slot onto the bench as sub 8, I think it is. And Ollie Clark. Now, is he better than Tristan Needham? Let's compare the two of these lads. The answer is it's very tight. It's very tight between the two of them. They're both clearly good enough for this division. So I will leave Tristan on the pitch for now, given that he's younger, but Ollie Clark will probably play a lot. So we still need an attacking midfielder. We could do with a backup right back and a backup left back, but actually they're just the 3 players that we actually would probably need. After that, it becomes a case of signing players to improve the squad. And a goalkeeper, of course, is what we need too. Oh, Chris Johns, the keeper we wanted as well, he is now unattached to any club. He's been let go. Right, well, let's get on a trial then, shall we? What keepers are loan listed though? Gavin Bazunu is loan listed. Ha ha. Now, I don't think he'd join us, if I'm honest with you. We can afford him, and if we bring him in, Bazunu is quality. I don't think he wants to join us, though. If I put in interested in loan, he's not on the interested in loan bit, okay. It's well worth a shot, though. Well worth a shot. If we get rid of the keeper bit, right, and we look for attacking midfielders through the middle, available on loan, who are interested in coming on loan to us, there's not a huge amount available. Top guy is this guy from Aston Villa. Carney, I can't say his surname very well, so I'll ignore it for now, but I might have to learn to say it. He can play through the middle. League One standard. I don't think he'll want to come to us then. But Villa would let him come to us if we can play him through the middle. Can we lock in that? They say yes to that if we pay 70% of his wages. Well, that's suddenly not right, is it? If we go back to centre mid then, it's not going to work, this, is it? There is a player at Liverpool, James Balagizi, who can play through the middle fairly well, actually, to be fair. League 2 level. Would he want to come on loan to us? I think so. If we pay 12 grand a month, which is... we can do that. I'd rather not, but we can do it. So, yeah. What about right wing backs on loan? There's this Connor Bradley guy that I think I spotted earlier on, maybe, who would do very nicely, actually, as a backup this season. How much Liverpool want for him on loan? Just his wages, that's fine. And then on the left-hand side, not quite as much. So this guy, MK Dons, who's more of a winger, 18 years old, National League standard, we could probably do better, but we need to find those players who are better first. If we get rid of the interested in loan bit, that just brings up players like Saka. Okay, maybe that's not quite ideal. Interested in transfer, there's a few more players available. Ryan Hayes, or Haynes rather, at Newport County. National League level. We could do better. Although I kind of like his pace is okay. Crossing and dribbling could be quite good too. Good work rates. Played last season 33 games in League 2. That's not too bad, you know. Nicky Cadden, Scottish Forest Green, is wanted by a couple of clubs. Oxford, Sheffield Wednesday, Sunderland. Okay, this meaning must be decent, right? League 2 level. Played 20 games last season for Forest Green. Crossing and dribbling, very good. Okay, this guy looks a lot better. Put some money down for him, shall we? Although we've only got 25 grand in the transfer budget left. How much do they want? 51. We can make this work. We can make this work. Get rid of that too. Suggest. 51. Get rid of that. Suggest. 57. Yeah, okay, we can make this work. It might mean cancelling this deal, though, for Connor Bradley, because he is going to be expensive. In fact, no, I think we will cancel it, because it was like 12 grand a month. And that's a lot of money over the course of 12 months. I think we probably... No, this is kind of... No, that's the wrong guy. Wait. Who do we want to get rid of? He's a fullback. Was it this guy? Yeah, this guy. Okay. Withdraw the transfer offer. So this guy's very interested in joining us. In fact, weirdly, he's more interested in joining us than Oxford, Wednesday and Sunderland all in League 1. Regular starter's fine. Contract is very reasonable. Get rid of that and that. Suggest. Done deal. Also, Chris John's coming on trial with us. He's likely to be the keeper that we sign, I reckon, unless, of course, Bazunu accepts us. But I do like the look of Chris Johns. Good enough for League 1 teams, this is saying now. It was League 2 earlier. I feel if Bazunu comes on loan to it, I don't think he will. If Bazunu comes on loan, he's our keeper and Langton is our backup. If he doesn't come on loan, we probably sign Johns. Southend want Kai Corbett on loan. What I do need to do is probably offer out loads of our young players out on loan now, actually, to be fair. I'll do that because that'll take a little while, so I'll do it off camera and show you the results afterwards. But Kai Corbett, young right winger who we signed last season, had a really good loan spell at Maidstone United and got promoted with them. The next logical step would actually be Southend in the National League. probably with the best facilities in the league. As a regular starter, yeah, accept it. The loan bids are rolling in. 49 of them. What? Okay, because there's so many, I won't go through them all one by one, but trust me when I say I'm going to try and get them on loan to the best place possible. So loans have been sorted out. Players are leaving. Some are being paid, some are not being paid. Oliver Turner's only going as a fringe player to Halifax, which I'm a little miffed about, maybe. In fact, do I even want to do it? Fringe player? No, actually, I'll say no to fringe players. I think everyone else, though, is a regular... Well, no, maybe not. Max is a fringe player too. He's got League 2 potential, though, and actually, I'm not too keen on this guy. He was at the club already. So you can go and be a fringe player at Boston. That's fine. The other new guys, though, have all got to be regular starters like Rob Street. So we're still waiting on Bazunu, Bradley and Cadden to come into the team. That would fill some nice gaps. It's just an attacking midfielder that we need now. Ha! And on the same day... No. Oh, I thought it was Nicky Cadden arriving. It's not Nicky Cadden arriving. It's other clubs making bids for him. I just saw the red line next to Davies thinking, oh, they both signed at the same time. And this guy... Okay. Ignore me. Ruben Rodriguez, still on my scout reports. Bids are being made from Cambridge, Morecambe, MK Dons and Fleetwood. But he's not going to get a work permit, is he? Because... Okay, well, let's get rid of, like, some of these things, right? Suggest, happy, good. His contract demands have gone way up. But I do want him. He got 20 goals last season. I really want him. So I will give him the contract that he wants on a 2-year deal. Okay. That could change things around because I really wanted him. Why is he now given a work permit? I don't understand that. And Gavin Bazunu has... rejected us. I kind of thought that was going to happen. Connor Bradley is signing for us, good, and because Bazuni rejects us, I think Chris Johns is the man we go for. League One keeper, apparently. He does look pretty decent. Let's get him signed up, I feel. First choice keeper. Really cheap contract. Yes, please. Suggest, happy. So Bradley's in to be our backup right back this season. Good. That also helps George Alexander be happy at the club as well. The new striker, of course, so that's handy. But Nicky Cadden has gone to Oxford instead of us. Understandable. Oxford are in League One. I get it. But it does push us back a little bit on the left back front. So back to square one, looking for a backup left wing back this season. There's the option of the guy at Newport. Other options are Callum McFadden or Brennan Dickinson. I think we'll try and get these guys on trial maybe. Transfer, offer trial, 4 weeks. What about the loan side of things? No, Josh Tyman would be very good on loan, you know. He's a good player to have around. Probably League One level, I would have thought, as opposed to... Well, he played in the Championship quite a bit for Stoke. And in Portugal too. I'd be happy to offer him on... And they want to pay... the wage is going to be an issue here. The wage will be an issue, which we can't afford, okay. So they've both come on trial. Callum looking slightly better. They are just two backup players, to be fair. They are just two backup players, but already I'm thinking Callum's the better of the two options here. They're both good for League 2, apparently. I'll see him out for a few weeks, I think, before I make a decision. But we do have a new keeper joining. Chris Johns. Welcome to the team, my friend. All the way from Linfield, Northern Ireland. And because we now have him coming into the team, which apparently helped Alexander be happy. Okay, fair enough. We signed a keeper... And Alexander's now happy that we've made moves to strengthen the midfield. Okay, whatever you say. But because we now have that keeper coming in, Langton's our backup. Sana, you need to go out on loan. But no one wants him. How about no wages then? Just offer to clubs. And even then, no one wants him. Oh dear. Okay, well, under 23s for you then, I think. To raise a bit more transfer budget, I think we're going to set the domestic cup bonus to be a lot lower, gives us an extra £110,000 per week in the transfer budget if we need it. But at the moment it feels like a bit of a waiting game. Annoyingly, we're just not finding great attacking midfielders. If Ruben can sign for us, that solves our issue. And he goes to Fleetwood instead. Oh, that's so annoying. He literally had a contract to sign for us. And he couldn't get a work permit at the time, but now he can for some reason. He's gone to them because they've got a slightly better reputation than we do, apparently. Oh, Ruben. Okay. I'm slightly back to square one with attacking midfielders. Rob Hall is available, was at Barnet last. 13 goals, 10 assists for Barnet. That's not bad, you know. League 2 level, supposedly. Just get him on a quick trial. And he's here now. Still 3 stars. The coaches rate him at League 1. I don't know if I believe that or not. But where it matters, I guess it's... He's got good vision, decent passing. It could be better, I'll be honest. He's got good free kick taking, though. I'll give him that. But we're not really finding anyone better. That's the issue. But I think I want to offer a contract to Callum McFadden because he looks better. So give him a contract. Want to be vice captain? Get out of here, lad. Regular starter you can be. Negotiate the contract. $2.5 grand a week. 2. Bring it down to 2. Get rid of that and that. You're on the bench most of the time anyway, so get rid of that too. 2.4, 2.2. Okay, so Brennan, you can leave the club because we're not going to sign you at all. Contract, is it contract? Terminate trial, there we go. And so, I'm looking at the time. It's getting pretty late here. I need to stop recording because people are going to start going to bed soon for me. So, I think Rob Hall might come in. I might look for 1 or 2 more loan players as well, but for the most part, this team's good. Like, we have a first team and a second team. I could maybe do with someone slightly better in midfield, maybe 1 or 2 more centre mids or something, but this team's good to me, I think. And if we look at the season preview, we've moved ourselves up to second. We have Hayden in the dream team. We have Jones in the dream team, Mullen and Alexander in the dream team. He's not our player, he's played for Salford, but still. 4 players in the media dream team. Second is our prediction. Now, I would go through all of our individual transfers, but a lot of them are classed as last season. So, I mean, basically all these players were last season. But I must say, I think we made some great signings in Kofi Balmer, George Alexander, and Shamanga. Obviously, they're the ones we paid money for. But Kofi Balmer comes in to be a very solid centre-back for us. We've got George Alexander, the second top scorer in the National League last season, coming to us right now to score goals. And if he's not scoring goals, Shamanga will. 15 finishing too is really high. A lot of young players going out on loan to divisions below us, as you can see as well. A couple going to York City to hopefully link up and play well there. I think we've done well today. I mean, we couldn't have done much better. The only way we could do better is by being first in the pre-season preview, and that'd be difficult. Second, we'll take that. So, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, have a wonderful evening. See you soon. Goodbye.